Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you are doing great. So I believe all of us, especially those Nokia fans out there, remember this device. This is the 8210, launched in 1999. So 23 years ago, Nokia revolutionized the mobile phone industry altogether by launching the smallest, lightest, sleekest looking mobile phone without any antenna, along with the 3310 back in the days. So this device has a lot of importance to me because I think this is the first Nokia devices that I had my eyes on. And back in the days, I was not really into devices. This was when I was in my early teens. And what I saw was a lot of bulky devices, bulky boxy devices with large antenna, which is barely pocketable. Then they had to have an extra pouch on their pants to actually carry the devices. But the 8210 was a total game changer. Now the device can't even be seen if you were to hold it in a certain way, and it's totally so small and so slim, which made me very intrigued with the design and the philosophy behind this device. So this is what made me attracted to Nokia, and this device was actually owned by my late uncle. So in a way, I was introduced to Nokia indirectly through him. Now, 23 years later, HMD Global decided to reboot this device, and you can see the differences altogether. Apart from the change in the color, the periphery lining, which is different here, that meets in the middle, this is the only resemblance of the design of the original 8210 and the current 8210 4G. In terms of dimension, they are totally different. I'm going to show that in a bit. So today I'm just going to do a simple unboxing and a walkthrough of the entire device. So a lot of people out there should be curious what this device can do, what it can't do, this device is meant for. And I'll be sharing the more technical details of the specification in my article in Nokia Power User, but this is just going to be as it is, a simple brief unboxing. So I'm going to share with you this is from India. It's only available in certain markets in Europe, I believe, and India. So the boxing here is a bit different. This is the dual SIM variant, also comes with a beautiful red and also white color, but this is the blue one. And you can see here one of the highlights of the device is the display size of 7.1 centimeter. And this is totally a different approach of the 8210. The original 8210 here was meant to be small, light and sleek. This is going in the opposite direction altogether. Up to 6 hours of talk time, 27 days of standby time, 4G, LTE ready, FM radio, VGA, rear camera, questionable hardware here, Bluetooth, micro USB. I don't know whether they should transition to USB-C just to have us not to have too many USB cords around with us. Some simple games, micro SD up to 32 GB. Also has touch. A lot of people have been asking whether it has touch or not. Yes, it does have. It's stated clearly here. Now the Indian device is made in India, somewhere in Tamil Nadu. It's written here to retail at 5299. I bought it slightly more expensive because of the import. But a simple packaging here, similar to the 8110 4G. So I've already actually opened up the device earlier. I'm just going to do that again. I'm just going to share a bit. So this is how it is. It's quite simple packaging, plasticky all together. We're going to take this device out and put it aside. And inside the box here, this is what you will get. I've of course removed the battery and placed it in the device altogether, but the battery is there. For the Indian unit, it comes with this type of adapter. This is a 5-watt adapter. Yep, not suitable for Malaysia without an additional adapter here. You also have this simple quick guide. Other than that, the battery is in the rear, nothing much else in the device altogether. So if you think it's coming bundled with an earbud or so, nope, it does not have. But it does have Bluetooth, so I'm not sure whether it gets connected to devices like this. So I'm going to do a review on this. This is another cool, beautiful looking device. This is for a later review, so do stay tuned for that. Now, I'm just going to put this aside. Going to open up the device. And this is it. This is the 8210 4G. This is one of the must-have devices for me for personal attachment to the original 8210. You can see the differences in size here. I would say the original 8210 pioneered a lot of changes back in the days. Now you have these express changeable colors here. The covers are changeable actually. You can choose any colors that you want, and they were actually pretty cheap back in the days. You can change the look of it, you can change the color of the keypad and whatnot. This is of course monochrome display here. I hope you can see the yellow backlight. It is so old school and classic. Of course you need to have the SIM card on to actually use it, but yep, that it is beautiful device altogether. Now this is the 82104G. I think in the hands they both feel great, to be honest. Yep, both of them actually do feel great. Now this is slightly have this it's not really smooth, I would say slightly matte texture over the back, and has a very good well balanced weight to it. You know, it's not too light, it's not heavy, it's just nice. It feels good in the hand, and this gentle curvatures in the side, these gentle curvatures that you have on the side lets it rest in the hand comfortably. So it's beautiful, good enough for one-handed usage. And the target population here is probably elderly. That is why the displays are large. Altogether, just beautiful. Looks very clean, and I do believe you want to have a screen protector on this because it is bound to get scratches on it. I don't think there's any form of display protection here. Now, the hardware specification of it I will share in Nokia Power User site for my written review on this. So I'm not going to bore you here with that. Just my subjective feeling on this device. So you can see a rear VGA camera, the beautiful Nokia logo at the back, beautiful. I believe this might be the loudspeaker here because I don't see anything over the bottom. The bottom here houses the micro USB. I think it should be time for them to transition to USB-C at least. The keypads, if you can see, they are slightly elevated off the body, so it gives you a very good feedback. This is about the same with the original 82104G, but not quite as elevated as it is, but it's still elevated to give you the feedback as you touch the device or the keypad. So this is, you can see, slightly elevated, a couple of, probably a millimeter or two more, but it gives you a nice feeling, especially when you were to press on it. So got this central navigation button, a couple of buttons to switch on and off, answer the calls and whatnot. And this is the earpiece. On the top you do have the mic, this is a 3.5mm head jack, and this is where the torch is. Now that means we don't have any flash over the rear. I'm not sure whether this is the optimal design. Why not just have the flash for the phone be the torchlight, so that we can have flash in case we need to take cameras or images in the dark. Not sure why the decision is such, but this is it. In terms of thickness, you can see that slightly thinner, wider, taller altogether. Okay, so I'm going to put aside the 8210, the original 8210 aside, and just concentrate on this. So altogether a beautiful design. I'm just going to put it on. There it goes. Now you can see that this is a color display, but if you were to look carefully, there's a lot of bleeding from the edges. Okay, this is totally fine for a feature phone because the price is, to me, to be honest, is actually pretty acceptable. It's not really expensive. This is of course if you're not importing them. Once you import, the price gets bloated, but for the original asking price, the display is okay, it's fine, it's acceptable. It's a TFT LCD display. Probably gives you about the same quality of display back in the Nokia 6600, similar to that display. That's how it looks like to me. You can see that the viewing angle is actually pretty decent, to be honest. The viewing angle, of course, here you have the reflection here, but if you were to see this, if I were to switch it on, yep, you can see the viewing angle is actually pretty acceptable. However you look at it, you can see it is not bad, but you can see that there's a lot of bleeding over the edges of the display. Now to unlock, just press this. You can see a lot of this tactile feedback. Even the noise for each clicking of the button is actually quite loud. I think probably suitable for elderly. You can switch it off if you don't want. Now you can see how you can actually activate the calls just by pressing the keypad alone. This is a shortcut button here, so you get access to the things that you want for single-handed use. I'm going to explore each of it in a while. So this is how the menu looks like. You can see that the icons are big. I'm very surprised to see Facebook built into this. Yes, you can actually use Facebook with this. This is an S30 Plus device, but If Facebook can actually do this, why not just have WhatsApp in? That is for another discussion altogether. So there are a couple of games here for trial. I'll show that in a while as well. And this is the radio. Okay, so I'm just going to go this in a while later to show. But pretty much this is how the device is. This is how the layout is. So you can see that you got sort of like a shortcut to access the app that you just launched recently. Now I'm going to go and do a walkthrough of each of the functions of the device so that you can get a feel of what the 8210 4G is meant for. So I'm just going to launch the menu. So this is how the call is. It's pretty straightforward, nothing much here. So this is the context. The good thing about this context is that you can actually sync it with your Android device if you need to. So if you have a smartphone, to me, I would say that if people in our age category would like to use this device, this is probably for a detox kind of device, especially for weekends when you want to get away from your work. You can use this device, so you can actually sync your contacts through the whatever smartphone. I think but for this, they are emphasizing only for Android. I don't see any options for Apple, so I'm not sure. I'm not going to go there. That's about that. This is the gallery. So if you were to take any shoots of photos or videos, they'll show here. You can see that. You can actually launch the camera directly. Now this is a VGA camera. I'll get back to this in a while because it's actually quite interesting. Now this is the browser. This is an S30 browser, but as it is, I'm not connected to the LTE. There's no SIM here. This is a dual SIM device. It has no Wi-Fi, so I can't show you that, but it can browse certain things. This is for messaging. You can message. You can have this sort of the T9 dictionary here, as you can see. Let's try to type something simple. So, Doctor yeah, there you go. The feedback, actually, the tactile feedback is actually quite nice. The buttons are actually quite gentle when you press. It's not really hard. It actually feels pretty soft but pretty solid at the same time. Very, very assuring feedback. So this is the camera. I'll get back to the camera in a while. This is a Facebook app, but it's not connected, so I can't show you, but you can access your Facebook through that. This is the snake. I'll get back to this in a while. Radio, I'll get back to you in a while. This is the music gallery. So you can add in your music. You can have a hard disk, an SD card up to 32 GB as advertised. Probably you can push it to 64, but there it is. So you've got a separate gallery for videos. So this is the settings. You can see this system. You can have online software update for it. So you've got notifications options, what you want to be notified for, your backlight brightness you can change, messages, MMS, stuff like that. Let's see, product info, model TA1492. Now the OS version is, this is what is stated as the OS version. This is based on S30 Symbian. Now, in terms of connectivity, you have Bluetooth, you've got your SIM, and that's about it. You don't have Wi-Fi, so do take note, you don't have a Wi-Fi because you don't need a Wi-Fi for a device like this. I don't see any. Where would you need a Wi-Fi for? Because you can't stream the song. The browser is just probably for minimal browsing, so your normal data connectivity is more than sufficient for that, so there is no need for Wi-Fi, to be honest. So personalization, you have got your sound. Let's see if they have the, yep, loud and clear. So you can also select your own music as the ringtone if you want to. Pretty loud, pretty clear. So you've got vibration, notification alerts, warnings. You can change this intensity of the sound that you want. You've got background. You can choose certain wallpapers if you're interested in it. Themes. These are basically just colors, accents that you can see. It changes as I change. I'm just going to keep it to this. It looks cool. Keypad, speed dial. You can assign numbers for speed dials. Lock screen shortcuts. This is the one that I said. You've got some shortcuts to launch your two most favorite app. Even the left key, you can change it to whatever you want. You can go for voice recorders, extras, counters, whatever that you think that you need to get access to easily. It's all programmable, which is quite good for a feature phone. And you can even change the font size, whether you want a small font size or a large font size like this. So good enough for elderly population. So this is pretty basic. In terms of security, you can have your security lock. All right, so let's concentrate on certain of the apps here. So I'm going to, first thing that I want to share with you is the camera. Now, I know that the camera has, is just a VGA resolution camera, as you can see here. Can I bring it here? But it is quite decent. I mean, if you have to take something urgently, then you can actually do. You can also shoot video on it. And the cool thing about the camera that I'm really surprised is that it offers a lot of camera settings, you see. So if you go to the camera settings, you can change the exposure of the image, the contrast, the brightness, the white balance, and it does have a night mode, not bad at all. So probably that negates the need for a flash, maybe, but this is still a VGA size camera. Now, you also have certain effects. You can effect normal camera effect. You can shoot it in black and white if you want, blue hue, green, yellow, red, canvas, negative. The negative looks quite cool. What to do this? Not bad at all. So this is beautiful, to be honest. They don't actually need to have all this in a feature phone, but they do have it. And it's actually, I would say, value-added things. As if you want to be creative with your device, you have timer, you can have a burst mode, and shoot in high quality. You can even stop the shutter sound. Now, I'm not sure whether the video aspect of it has any. So, means video, you want to shoot this in a landscape mode. Did they have any? Yeah, probably. You can still choose your settings on it. Effects, you can, I'm not sure whether, let's try and see whether if we could actually shoot a video in black and white. So if I were to go to black and white, I'm going to choose this. Yep, you could actually shoot this in black and white. The video, not bad at all, not bad at all. I'm totally surprised, and I think this is great. So just let's, for the sake of it, let's have a look at our black and white video that we shot. There you go. Not bad at all, Nokia. You've outdone yourself again. Now, when we go to radio, so this is where things get interesting, because now you have the options to listen to radio wireless. You don't actually need to connect anything to your 3.5mm head jack. So let me just show you what I mean by this. So I'm just going to go to one of my so-called favorite station here. This is 24.3, and can you hear it? Now, of course, I'm in the rear part of a blocked environment here, so the reception might not be good, but you can see that you can actually listen to it. There you go. Okay, just to bypass the copyright, I'm going to mute it. So in terms of reception, you don't really need the wired connection with your headphone here, but in case the reception is not good, then probably you can use that. But if you're in a well space environment, then it doesn't block the radio frequency. You can actually use it wireless, so it's actually quite good. So let's unlock it again. Now, in terms of games, there are certain games that you can actually try. You've got trials of Tetris, you've got trials of Racing Attack. You only get 3 trials, and then you have to probably pay. I'm not sure how they do go about. I'm not going to try that now. So a couple of games which are included, which I actually paid for. You also have calculators, you've got an alarm clock, you've got more games here, but all these are for trial. Let's see. So you have to actually buy using a data here to get connected. That's for a later date. You have got a voice recorder, which is, I think, pretty good. So that's that. Some extras like a countdown timer, stopwatch, torch. So this is to turn on. You can see the torch here. Again, I'm not sure why not just use the camera LED instead. So you've got a camera flash, and you've got a converter to temperature, weight, line, area. May or may not want to use this, but it's good to be there. So you've got a dedicated app for torch. Now this is the file, so you can see that the phone has built-in free available memory of 26.9 megabytes, and you can actually insert an SD card up to 32 GB as advertised. So This is a counter, nothing to show here. I'm not really sure what this is for. Now you do have a built-in calendar. It doesn't sync with any Google server, but you can add it to local storage, so you can set whatever event or reminder that you need, which is pretty decent. So I think one of the highlights is definitely Facebook. I'm really impressed that Facebook is included, but I would rather have WhatsApp, at least a basic form of WhatsApp here, but that might be a reason why it's not included. So this is Tetris, this is Snake Zenzia. So you've got the new game, just show you how it goes. You can actually customize the game to a certain extent. I'll show you in a while. There you go. Okay, so you can choose the level that you want. That is one option. You can also choose the type of the game. So just now was, I believe it was tunnel. Let's choose rails and go. Now you can see that the layouts of the games have changed. So not as exciting for us now, but probably for the young selves out there, the younger generation, that might be of some interest to them. But it's good to have it. Why not? So this is the Nokia 8210 4G. I think it's a pretty decent phone. It's pretty good, to be honest. I'm quite impressed with the camera features. Although it's just a VGA resolution, it doesn't have flash, but actually Nokia has included a lot of value added enhancements. You can see the different modes of capturing, not just in the still images, even in videography. You can choose to record in black and white and whatnot. The radio is actually quite good, to be honest. It's just that I'm in a blocked room here, so the reception is not that good. But if you go to an open environment, you can actually use the radio clearly without any additional headphone attached to it. This device has Bluetooth. I will be testing whether it connects to any of the Bluetooth earbuds, and I'll do update on that in my Twitter. So do follow me on Twitter for on the date or on the go updates on this device. I will be posting every now and then on that. So for now, this is the Nokia 8210 4G. It's really impressive how HMD Global has rebooted this. I think this is one of the more meaningful reboots. I'm not really a fan of the 8110 4G for a certain reason, but this is quite good. This is quite good. This is the device that you want to use on a weekend. It's actually a pretty fun device to use. So with that said, I hope all of you stay safe. Do take care of yourself. If you have any questions related to the Nokia 8210 4G, do hit me up in Twitter. I'll be more than happy to share any information on this. Now, for who this device is meant for, I believe a lot of us, especially those who grew up with Nokia, would find this device an interesting device to own, a suitable device for our parents, even a suitable device for, definitely a suitable device for a weekend detox. Do note that although it comes with Bluetooth and 4G, there's no hotspot here, and I don't think that there's no Wi-Fi as well. So this is not meant for browsing. This is not meant for having a lot of social connectivity on the go. It's just for you to detox yourself, just for you and your phone, which is pretty much what we need at this point of time, with a lot of most of the days occupied with smart gadgets around us. This is the type of device you probably want to use on a weekend, far away from your work, far away from all the busy environment that we are in. So with that said, stay tuned for my next video. I'll be covering on some other Nokia related device. So see you in the next one. Take care.